Hi, everybody. In 9 days from today, I hit my 10-year anniversary in War Thunder. And I had the makings of an idea to kind of show my trees and such, and I'll still likely do that. But it just feels relevant to mention that at the start of today's video for some perspective on where I'm coming from as far as my experience and my experience level and such in War Thunder, and its development cycle over the past 10 years. I've actually kept an active daily login streak for about 7 years out of my 10 years of playing since creating my account. I also played for years prior to migrating my account into Steam, so my hours on Steam are like maybe half of my total hours. I'm actually not sure. Anyways, okay, first off, about the so-called review bombing. Review bombing is when people have no part in the object or product being reviewed. Movies they haven't actually seen, games they haven't actually played, etc. Products they haven't purchased. These reviews on Steam are all coming from players who have played the game and been abused by the predatory economic system currently in place. That's just a small peeve I wanted to get out of the way first. It's not review bombing, it's just reviews. Okay, now, on to the current issues. So I have never been silent about my disdain for the game's mechanics. Watch any of my videos in the past 2 to 3 years, and I dare you to tell me I've kept any of my emotions or my opinions silent. Okay, now, in no specific order, here are some things that just make me want to quit this game outright. Number one, the ability to just straight up buy top tier premiums. Anything within 1.0 battle rating of top tier is top tier because you can get it get tiered up to that, up tiered. And the people who buy into that are half of the problem because they just don't know the game well enough to contribute in the average battle, which causes their team to be down a player when they inevitably get killed early and gives the enemy a free kill, which is one step closer to getting a nuke or being able to spawn an aircraft or a helicopter instead of just another tank or an SPAA, etc. And more often than not, that player with the premium that they bought ends up leaving in one death because they don't have a lineup to support it. Or because they don't have fun at all, and why would you stick around? You don't even know where you got hit from, why wouldn't you leave the battle? Or even worse, they do have a lineup to support it, but their lineup is tier 1 and reserve tanks, and they bring those in and just continue feeding points to the enemy, and your team's tickets tick down, and then your team decides this battle's lost, and they all bail, and that's it. It's just a snowball rolling down a hill that causes a gigantic avalanche. Alright, which brings me to point 2, which is players that leave in one death. You leave your team down, which leads to a higher probability of a loss, which does in fact also lead to people quitting the game, like overall quitting the game. If you're just losing all the time, what's the fun in that? Games are usually meant to be won, at least certainly in a competitive war-based game like this, in War Thunder. This isn't Animal Crossing, where people can in fact say, hey, I'm just here to have fun, not to win, there's no competition here. That's fine. Do that in Animal Crossing, or in games like Animal Crossing. Just not in War Thunder. This actually is a team-based game, and the team does in fact depend on each other. What if your teammate popped a 500% RP booster? What if they've got a win objective wager going on? It's a team game. Be a team player. Alright, but what about the things that Gaijin is currently doing right now, you ask? Well, the first 2 points, I feel like, are in fact related to Gaijin's decisions, but let me be more specific and clear about what I mean. Their predilection for targeting the whales in the economy and just not caring if any other player gets any enjoyment out of their $60 premium jet or tank. They consider it a success if a player buys one $60 to $70 premium vehicle and then just never comes back again. The players they care about, and this is the same with many game developers, are the whales. The mythical beings that they are just sure are going to spend $25,000 on cosmetics in a single game. And the recent dev block from Kirill Udincev highlighted how 80% of players never spend a dime in the game. Well, why would they? You certainly have not incentivized them in a positive way to do so, only incentivizing them by the frustration mechanics, and well, not everyone reacts well to that. Instead, they stick around for a few games and they say, man, this game sucks, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not having any fun. I'm quitting and I'm uninstalling. And then they leave and then they tell all their friends not to play War Thunder. I don't know. Maybe give them a positive reason to spend some money. How about, say for instance, off the top of my head, a free premium week where everybody gets premium account rewards. Once they see those actual RP and SL gains from having a premium account, they might actually decide to spend a little money on their own. Perhaps even a video or two from the official War Thunder PR accounts extolling the virtues of remaining in a battle longer for more RP and SL gains, and even highlighting the benefits of bringing a full lineup into a tank battle. There's another peeve, the CCs who only bring one vehicle in and then leave after they die once, looking to make content quicker. The viewers see that, and they emulate that, and it's where all this one death leaving started from. But back to my main point though, incentivize the bulk of the player base to spend money based on positive aspects of the game, not based on frustration mechanics and grind skipping, and they'll likely reward you with some of their hard-earned spending money. Just a thought from someone who doesn't develop games for a living. Personally, though, I think the biggest issue with War Thunder is, and has always been, that there is no competition. There simply is no other game that comes close to offering what this game offers. Well, except for the predatory monetization and the endless grind and the frustration mechanics, there's nothing unique about those. But the vehicles and the time span the game covers and the combined battles just simply doesn't exist in any other game that I'm aware of to the level that this game provides. And that really is the biggest shame of all. This game could have, and rightly should have, dominated this gaming space for all the right reasons for the foreseeable future. And now it's known and infamous for all the wrong reasons. Anyway, that's just a snippet of my frustrations with the game and how it's run and managed. And while there are many more things that bug me about the game, the rampant hackers and cheaters, for instance, and the complete denials of their existence, I'm not going to go into any further bits here because it's just not worth the time to talk about. In closing, it's actually not review bombing, it's just reviewing and direct player feedback from your customers. And if you want to shut down the game because of that, by all means, set us all free. If you really don't hold the player base in the level of contempt your dev blogs seem to intimate, then figure out how to meet the player base in the middle. We actually aren't that stupid, and we can, in fact, see what you're doing. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and if anyone from Gaijin actually somehow stumbles onto this video, I hope you actually listen to the points I made and consider maybe incentivizing all of your player base in a more positive way so that they want to give you money out of joy and out of thanks for providing a positive player experience, and not out of spite because they want to get to that F14B, but they realize it's going to take them 7 years to do so under the current grind mechanics. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Good luck out there. Hashtag boycott. I'm all for it, guys. I'm going to keep my login streak going probably, but I don't know if I'm going to play for the next couple weeks. So, we'll see how it goes.